Huzzah! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the BBC Spews on the 24th of March. How is everybody doing? Apologies to anybody who's here via Twitch, via Odyssey. I was attempting to do a live stream on Odyssey, and it, fucked is the technical term. Fucked. I don't know how to fix it. Apparently, when you have to, I linked a stream key to it. Thought I'd squared it all away, put it through OBS Studio, and then when you go to open OBS Studio, you can't have it running at the same time as StreamYard. So, fucked. That's the technical term. Hello, everybody in the chat. Slip, Derek, Jeff, Che, Kirky Bally, Blue Van Man, Maggie, Mr. Myrtle, Davey Lampard, Yakub, This is England, Vivian, Derbs, Red, Terry Wookfit, Stevie Orr, Police, Mark Thompson. The police are in. Fuck. I hope it's Sting and the police. Chris Collin, Davey, James Glass, Trent, Two Tone, Origami Pig, Jeff Wedden, Vivian. You know the words. Matty Nunk, Wangpo, and Whiskey Straight. Hello, how you doing? Right. So, yeah, shagged if you're trying to get here via Odyssey. Sorry. Weird, that, innit? Right, as usual, because I keep finding interesting things I want to talk about that aren't strictly confined to the BBC. I'll do a bit of that first. But as this was supposed to be a 30-minute long show, it's all right, innit? Because I always go over, and then we can do the BBC at the end. But there's a few interesting things I want to bring up today. First things first. You know, I have to be brief, because if you go off-piste, the tyrants that run the world slam you down. You're not allowed to talk about it. And they make out as if it's not censorship because YouTube's free. It's a free company that can do what they want. Well, when it's a free company that wants to do what they want, but they don't want to do anything communist, you don't fucking like it, do you? If they don't want to flag wave the BLM fucking flag or pander to a group of foaming homosexuals in gimp costumes, you don't like it then, do you? When some bloke says, I don't want to fucking bake a cake, I'm a born-again Christian and I don't want to bake a cake with a fucking bloke on the front giving his boyfriend a rim job, then you say, build the cake, motherfucker. I mean, and how do you make someone decorate a cake they don't want to make? That's not the same as saying, you have to serve them. At least when you just have to serve them in the shop, you just have to sort of like do the same thing you do for everybody else and stand there and go, yeah, $4, please. Beep, there you go, see you later. Decorate a cake, it's art. You have to physically actually put some effort in and go, where shall I put these mad cunts were like, no, you can force people to do it. Yeah, but it takes me 2 hours of hard work. I have to get into my zone and do some artistic license to make a cake. Decorate the cake, cunt. Decorate the cake. That's their attitude when you don't want to do something that the communists fucking like. Then there's no such thing as private companies. No such thing as a private company. But when you want to disagree with the fucking walk in a public fucking space, what's supposed to be a public forum, which is what they say Facebook and YouTube and Google and Twitter are, and that's how they get around that whole weird legal licensing thing where they say, don't blame me, we're not a publisher, we're just an open space, we're not a publisher. Yeah, then it's fucking turned, then it folds in on itself, and all of a sudden we're back to them completely contradicting themselves again. Then, no, it's a free company that can do what they like. Smug face, they can do what they like. Well, they can't do what they like when they don't want to build the gimp out of Pulp Fiction sculpted into a fucking birthday cake. Yeah, then it's not a free country, is it? You rat bastards. You rat bastards. I hate them. I hate the walk. Is it hate speech to say you hate the walk? No, surely that's not a protected class because anyone can be woke. In fact, most of them are straight white men. So yeah, I hate myself. Straight white men seem to be the majority of the walk. So there you go. Fucking arseholes. But it's the hypocrisy that makes you hate them. This is what I'm saying. It makes sense, doesn't it? It's not your immutable characteristics. It's hypocrisy. Human beings don't like hypocrisy. That's why when I was in my 20s, I was a chippy atheist. Yeah, I cringe when I look back. When I was 22, I was a gobshite, arrogant, gobshite atheist wanker because I used to watch YouTube videos with them fucking Richard Dawkins on and go, oh yeah. And that Thunder Cunt, remember Thunder Cunt on YouTube? He's got about 8 million followers. I was subscribed to him for about 2 years and I spat my dummy out when it came to Brexit. So that was what, 5 years ago now? He's a middle-class arsehole, so he was against Brexit because middle-class arseholes don't like the fact that working-class scum like me are allowed to have an opinion and we all count the same in the voting booth. People like Thunder Cunt think that if you're upper class or you're well-educated and you're a scientist and you've got a degree from a fancy university, then you should have 10 votes. Yeah, street sweeper, 1 vote. Oxbridge education, 10 votes. That's how they think it should work. So Thunder Cunt is on my shit list ever since that day. But yeah, Thunder Cunt, that's him, rotten politics. I watched him for years. But no, he got deep sixth as soon as it came to Brexit. Showed his true colours, the rat bastard. But that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, I was a chippy atheist when I was in my 20s. And now I look back and think, yeah, I was sorely misled, wasn't I? By these arrogant, hypocritical elites. Elite, like I said, elite. The SAS are elite. If to use the soldier analogy further, if what we've got is the elite, it is a morbidly obese 50-year-old disabled National Guardsman with a fucking hair lip. That's our elite. Now, if we're using military analogies, the SBS are elite. Fucking the Navy SEALs are elite. We've got elites that are Stephen Hawking with a rifle. Put them up, motherfucker. That's the elite now. They do nothing but fuck up. Everything they've touched in the last 4 or 5 years, since pandering to the woke became the full-time job of our political class, all they've done is fuck everything up. All they've done is fuck everything up. How can you be elite? Why do we even still use that term, the elite? Making tons of money doesn't make you elite. If you have like a Down syndrome kid in a wheelchair and he sets up a lemonade stand, he'll make more money than all the other kids, won't he? Because everyone will feel sorry for him. Is he elite? Is he elite? I wouldn't trust him to fucking walk the dog. Is he elite? That seems to be what we've done now. Basically, if you can lie, cheat and steal, Mark Zuckerberg, other people's ideas and make tons of money, they call you the elite. It's a stupid term, isn't it? Making tons of money doesn't make you elite. And also, you can be skint. Couldn't have 2 pennies to scratch your ass with, and you can be physically unique, superbly fit, high IQ, common sense, the fucking lot. That's elite. Making lots of money isn't elite. If a disabled kid with a cleft palate sets up a lemonade stand, he'll make more money than all the kids in the neighbourhood. But he's not fucking elite, is he? Elite. Seriously, it's a loser term now. If you're elite now, you're a fucking dickhead. If someone describes themselves as elite, typically they haven't got the brains they were born with. You wouldn't let them babysit the kids. Like if someone said to me now, right, there's a local hooligan in my local pub. Yeah, he's a bit of a lad. Yeah, he's been in plenty of fights. He's been arrested 4 or 5 times, but he's got a good heart. You know he's all right, really. Would you rather let him babysit the kids or some fucking creepy, noncy elite cunt? I mean, seriously. If I had to pick between local chavvy hooligan looking after the kids or Jack Dorsey, the elite, who looks like some sort of fucking homeless yogi with several deviant sexual proclivities, I know I'd pick to mind the kids, and it definitely wouldn't be the elite. So, yeah. I'd rather have the McCanns babysit. That's a good one. Yeah. If you had to pick between Zucker Twat or the McCanns, I'd leave Jerry in charge. Just make sure Jerry's on CCTV when you keep him off the drink. And with Jerry McCann, it's not his fault. He's a Scotsman. Maybe from Las Vegas. He'd probably be a good father until he got a sniff of Buckfast. And then he was like, oh, I say, I'm not the type to have a drink. Go on, have a sniff of Buckfast. Well, I suppose one can't hurt. Yeah. Next thing, whoop, kids out the window. Fuck yeah. Yeah, come on, you prick. That's the way they are. It's not their fault. It's like a racial trait of the Glaswegian. Not their fault. booze is their kryptonite. Booze to a Glaswegian is like fucking. It's like kryptonite to Superman. It's not their fault. If they even get a sniff of it, they suddenly just they can be clean shaven and fresh faced. As soon as they sniff Buckfast, they go, yeah, grow a full beard, go boss-eyed, lose about 9 teeth, and just start punching policemen and kicking babies' prams down the stairs at the local train station because they're trying to get down to Darlington so they can pollinate with the fucking local fat birds. Anyway, how good's this? So, as I've told you lot, Jack fucking Doorstop. It's Doorstop on this channel, Maggie. Doorstop. Because he's as much use as one. Because he's as useful as a fucking doorstop. All he's ever done is fuck up planet Earth. So it's Doorstop. Doorstop, Zuckertwat, and Sousa. That's the three. That's the 3 elites who I wouldn't trust to wash me fucking car. You know for a fact they're all fucking useless. Susan wash me car, love. I'd come out, you'd be smashing the headlights with a fucking claw hammer. What are you doing? I told you to wash the car. Don't you do it with a hammer? No, you do. You use a soap and water, you thick twat. These are the people. Fucking Doorstop. Anyway, so people like me, people like you, dear listener, working class scum, yeah, for years, we've pointed out the obvious, haven't we? Again, I have to be careful because we're living in fucking the tyrants that rule the fucking world. We're living under their iron-shod boots. For years, we've all said what was painfully obvious to anybody with a hole in their arse. And that is that the people that rule the world were escalating all of the death statistics. I'm not even going to say the C-bomb. Not cunt. I mean the woo flu. You can obviously use the C-bomb. We've said for years that it was painfully obvious that they were inflating the deaths, and they were, on one hand, inflating the amount of dead and inflating the severity, and they were also inflating the opposite. Right? They were inflating the usefulness, the utility, and the general arse-kicking ability of the GB jab. Right? That's what we've said for ages. So we've all been proved right again, haven't we? The last time we even talked about this, and isn't this mad? The last video I made, I said, yeah, I think if you're over about 45, you should probably get the fucking thing because the numbers seem to suggest it's less useful than they think it is. But I don't think there's going to be any long-term side effects for most people. Most people will be all right. And even then, they banned my channel and said, oh, no, that's medical misinformation. Unless you say it's the best fucking thing since sliced bread and it'll cure. It'll not only stop you from ever getting any virus at all. If you're a registered disabled, you'll be able to fucking do a backflip. And if you've got bollock cancer, your testicles will shrink back normal size. And if you chain smoke 600 fags a day, you'll never get lung cancer. Like, unless you just lie and just throw universal praise on Pfizer and all of these big pharma companies that have basically forced everyone to get the vaccine. Unless you just constantly throw full-on praise at them all the time and never ask any questions ever, yeah, you're basically engaging in hate speech. Who do you fucking hate? The CEO of Pfizer? It's basically hate speech. You can't say that. You can't disagree with the fucking ruling elites. So all them numbers have come out today. Right? Yeah, there's a good one. Yeah, I mean, again, this isn't news. As Jeff says there, yeah. Funny old thing, we cured dying of old age. Yeah, no old cunt died of old age in 2 years. Cured that, winner. Flu, cured that, nice one. You're not allowed to talk about it though, so let's just crack on. I just want to talk about this story I've threw up on the screen. Those of you that watch me for 2 years, what have I said? Nothing weird, nothing verboten. I've said, I think the data from looking at the raw data suggests if you're young and healthy, you'll be right. And if you're old and knackered, you should get the fucking jab. That's what the data seem to suggest to me. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I'm not on a vaccine. I haven't got a lob on every time someone mentions the jibby jab, right? That's all I've said. Apparently, that's against the fucking rules. Here we are. So I'm not even going to talk about that, but news has come out this week. 50 fucking scientists sent a letter to the Times. Go and read the story if you haven't read it. Basically confirming all the shit Bootneck's been saying for 2 years. Obesity, that's up. Suicide, self-harm, that's up. Kids, my missus told me she was listening to a podcast. There's kids who are 2-3 years behind the curve now educationally. And all I said, not against anything, not anti anything, all I fucking said, because I'm working class and therefore have at least an iota of common sense, was that we were fucking the young and ruining the futures of the most important people in any society, the young, to try and extend by months for the most old and fucked people in society. And that's why it was morally wrong. That's my message for 2 years. And glorious vindication, the truth shall set us free. Chippy northern working class wanker that I am. The only reason I do this is not for love, not for money. It's because I love to be fucking proved right. I love it. I get a boner. I get a 12-hour boner when some upper crust thick twat goes on BBC fucking Question Time and talks absolute shit. And I can just say, well, I'll go and check the last 2 years of videos I've made on YouTube. Which one of us is right, daft cunt? And I might not have a posh accent and I might not have went to an Oxbridge fucking university, but you're a thick twat and I'm not. That's the only reason I started doing this, because I'm a prick, a chippy prick. So well done me. Well done me. And commiserations, elite. You're all thick twats. You're all thick twats. Zucker twat is not elite. He's fucking useless. I wouldn't trust him to fucking mop my floor and not fuck it up. These people, Diane Abbott, you think Diane Abbott's the elite because she's a politician? Christ on a bike. She has got the IQ of a flip-flop. The woman is a fucking chicken McNugget with glasses on. These people are totally fucking useless. Chris Bacon fucking face Whitty. That bacon faced cunt. That is a bacon butty with a face painted on. He is completely useless as well. Another one. So we all said this. We weren't looking at any scientific papers. We were just reading the papers every day and using our brains. And what was painfully obvious was that they were inflating the success of the jabs and they were deflating any criticism of them, and they were downplaying the deaths and they were upplaying the use of the jab. That was obvious. Anybody who's been paying attention for the last 2 years knows it. And how good is that? We were right, they were wrong. Fuck them. Suck my fucking left testicle. I love it. I love it. So I've been twisting my nipples. Hey, I love it. I fucking love it. I love being proved right. So there is that. Nice one. What else have we got? Oh, yes, I better read this story. Just another one. This is from the Texas Tribune. In pandemic isolation, an alarming number of teenage girls are attempting suicide. Hospital admissions for teenage girls who've attempted suicide have increased 50% nationwide. Whoops. Didn't see that coming. I did. Boris Johnson, no, well, we couldn't have foreseen. I did. Fucking Bill Gates. Geggy fucking jam jars Gates. Couldn't have seen that. Yeah, I could. You've fucked 100 million children. I'll tell you what, even if Gary Glitter, Jimmy Savile and Ian Huntley added together haven't fucked as many children as the elites have. Well done. You've fucked 500 million kids. Good job, lads. Good job. Elite. Yeah. I haven't fucked any kids. Why aren't I elite? I think if you fucked 500 million kids and I haven't fucked any, I should be the one that gets to call myself elite. Don't you think that's fair? That's surely fair. No? It's like, I don't understand why we praise people who are fucking useless at life. If you're a smackhead and you've been doing skag for 7 years, shitting yourself in public places, wanking on the back of the bus, and then all of a sudden you manage to stop taking skag, everyone's fucking praising them at the hilt. Well, I want some praise. I've never been a smackhead. This is the world we live in. If you're totally useless at everything and you fuck 500 kids, you're the elite. You're someone we should admire and respect. If you're a dirty smackhead and you've spent the last 7 years shitting in public places because you're fucking pissing out your ass because you've got a heroin problem and that methadone plays havoc with your insides, and then you stop for 2 weeks, fucking hell, all of a sudden give that man an award. Well, I've never shagged any kids and I've never done crack cocaine, so I want an award. Where's mine? I'm sick of being right. I've got a Cassandra complex. I'm always right and nobody listens. It's making me annoyed. So there's that, what we knew was going to happen. Kids are fucked. This poor old fucker, a daughter killed herself. Well done. Send the ashes to Joe Biden. He's done that. He's done that. Well done, elites. Poor bastard. Poor bastard. Got her a psychologist. Did a safety plan. Tried the best. Fucking no help. Charlie died by suicide in July 2020. Well done. Well done. Golf clap for the elite. Well done, lads. Anybody who's not a moron's been saying it for years. Obesity's up, suicide's up, addiction's up, trauma's up. The fucking schools are all fucked. There's 100,000 in the UK. There's 100,000 so-called lost children who should be in school and have just fucking vanished. Just vanished. Probably a few hundred underneath the House of Lords, getting fucking diddled by Nick Clegg or something. We don't know where they've gone. We don't know where they've gone. So, yeah, cheers. Cheers. Everything's going well. Everything's going well. You useless bunch of cunts. So before I get banned, we'll stop talking about that and we'll do something else I want to have a rant about. And it's probably a good thing Sadlings isn't here because this is upsetting, right? My missus sent me this. She knows whenever she reads a story that she knows I'll fucking get a rage boner off. She sends them to me. Look at this one, right? Fuck me. You know what as well? This annoyed me so much. When I went for a run this morning, I timed myself. I put my fitness monitor on my watch and I timed myself. And I ran for like a cheeky, it was short, like a 4 miler, nearly. And I was running 8 minutes, 8:27 was my average mile. 8 mile, single mile, 8 minutes 27, right? 42-year-old Bootneck, fucking kneecaps like that BLM activist. What was she called? Sasha Johnson. Yeah, kneecaps like Sasha Johnson. That's quite politically incorrect, isn't it? I'm sure that'll upset people. As just so you're aware, to the sort of the chat, did everybody see the pictures of Sasha Johnson, the BLM activist? I mean, I shouldn't laugh, but it's hard to have genuine sympathy for a communist who caused a massive uptick in violence. Massive uptick in violence. Sasha Johnson got people hurt or killed because her rhetoric put the police on tenterhooks for 12 months. And she caused... Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll Google it. No one's seen it. Hang on. Sasha Johnson Hospital. Anyway, I'm not doing this to gloat because it isn't fucking... It's not a good thing that this lass got fucked. It isn't. Even though she's a communist, it's basically her own fault. But just so you understand the analogy, kneecaps like Sasha Johnson's fucking head. Yeah. There. So just so you understand the bootneckism, kneecaps like Sasha Johnson's fucking head. That was what I meant. Right? Childish, I know. She's got a fucking head like a 50p piece. We shouldn't laugh. But sort of play silly games, win silly prizes. So there we go. I don't want to gloat about that. Let's just get rid of that. Just so you could understand the analogy. So yeah, I know it is great. I wasn't laughing at her. I was laughing at the bad analogy I come up with on the fly. Yeah, fucking rock. She looks like fucking Rocky Dennis's prom date, which is sad because she was quite tidy as well before. It's a shame, yeah. She was quite tidy before. Now Rocky Dennis is safe. At least wear a balaclava, you cunt. Anyway, right. So I'm 42 years old, got kneecaps like fucking Boris Johnson's Swede, and I ran a 4-miler doing 8.5-minute miles, right? This is the fucking gendered, this is the new military fitness test, right? Look at this. It blew my fucking mind. And this is why I said it's good Sadwings isn't in, because he'd get pissed off, because Sadwing's a very patriotic American man. Again, though, maybe he's not. He's a good lad, Sadwings. I might be doing him a disservice. He seems to be like me and have that sort of gallows humour about the decline of our nations. But basically, along with everything else, our military is a joke. And the United States, just like the UK, is living off the fumes of World War II. Because we keep going on about it, how good our military is. I had a big argument in my local. Bear in mind, I just came back from Afghanistan at this point as well, right? I had a big argument in my local because the landlord said, RF's best in the world. Like another one of them British flag wavers. RF's the best in the world. I said, fucking aren't, mate. He was like, what do you mean? Started gobbing off about it. I was like, well, I've just been doing advanced to contact patrols in Helmand province, right? And if we did 100 patrols where we got engaged by the enemy, when we called in air support, 95 of them were American. 5 of them were British. How are they the best in the world when they're not getting the most practice? We haven't got an empire anymore. We can't afford to fuel the fucking things. Practice makes perfect. There's another analogy, another old one. You know, I like old adages. Practice makes perfect. And I know this is probably going to piss off everybody in the chat, right? Because you're all patriots in this channel. The British military isn't the best in the world. You can't be the best in the world when you've been ran for at least a decade by woke cunts who hate the armed forces, hate the white working class, and have no interest in having a good military. They've been going, whoa, 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 making young lads run around an assault course. Enough of that. Get them all on a fucking gender studies course. You cannot tell me that the British military is the best in. Absolutely fucking not. And the US is the same. Smiley fucking Miley, the soy boy in chief, saying, I want to understand right rage. Yeah, oh yeah, you really think those people are going to, we've got the best military in the world. Again, surprising from the chat, not too much disagreement. Yeah, because you're all fucking black-pilled like me. We used to have the best military in the world. No longer. The United States is a fucking joke. All we've got is money. Or we did have. We haven't even got that now. So the United States had the highest military funding, and because of that, they had good research and development. So they had all the gear. No idea. But for decades, our military's been in decline. And we haven't got the best military in the world. And this fucking story proves it, right? So this is what I'm getting at. Look at the new standards for the new army fitness test. Look at this. Right? Specialist Adam Mancunian. Soft as a second-hand arsehole. I could slap the shit out of him with my bell end. Just sort of grab my cock, flick him across the face with it a few times. This wasn't in the recruitment video. Have some of that, you cunt. Anyway... The army unveiled this controversial new fitness test. Controversial. Yeah, I'll tell you why it's controversial. I'll tell you why it's controversial. Because me nana could do the cunt. That's why it's controversial. It says a new fitness test on Wednesday, a dramatically revamped set of requirements for soldiers that replace standards created in 1983. Now army leaders are ready to start measuring troops with the Army Combat Fitness Test. The ACFT was actually hard in the car. We had an advanced combat fitness test. It was like a fucking, you have to run 20 miles with all your kit on. You have to do rope climbs. You have loads of hard shit. This is like, yeah, the Army Combat Fitness Test. When me and my mid-30s wife can do this shit now, when a fat, balding bootneck with a kneecap like fucking Boris Johnson's napper can do your ACFT, piss it. In fact, I could probably do it on my hands. I could probably do it on my hands. I could do it on my hands with Yoda on me fucking back. Yeah, what's he weigh? 30 pounds? Which is finally set in stone following numerous tweaks and modifications. Look at this, right? Soldiers don't have the scores impact the red record. Oh yeah, because everybody gets a trophy now, boys and girls. It's a bit small, that I'm gonna blow up. Everybody gets a trophy now, boys and girls. Yeah, I will not immediately boot failures out of the force. Yeah, who cares if you fail? Who cares if you fail? More significant is that no longer meant to prepare soldiers for combat. So it's called the Advanced Combat Fitness Test, but it is no longer meant to prepare soldiers for combat. What's it meant to prepare you for? It's meant to prepare you for going to fucking Wiener Schnitzel. Why is it called an ACFT then? What? Does that make sense to you? The Advanced Combat Fitness Test, or the Army Combat Fitness Test, is no longer meant to prepare soldiers for combat. Well, change the fucking acronym then. Acronym. Change the acronym. Or come up with a new one. ACFT, what can that be? A day at the cafe for troops. Yeah, a day in a cafe for troops. Just call it that. Call it that. We'll go to fucking Wendy's, have a cup of coffee and a burger, and get yourself home. Nice one. You all passed. Hooray! It will also have different scoring standards for... Oh, look at that. They're weird. Different scoring standards for men and women. But why? Why when women are better than men? Why when women are better than men at everything? Of course they are. Of course they are. The Olympic Committee's just said, fuck it, Leah Thomas, back like fucking Popeye. Seen Leah Thompson from the back? Fucking hell. Looked like my granddad when he was lifting weights in his 30s. Sort of gnarled, corded muscle and fucking pubes all over. That's Leah Thomas's fucking back. I wouldn't like a backhand. I wouldn't like to go through a forearm smash off Leah Thomas. But apparently we've got to have different standards for men and women. Weird that, innit? This is just more of the same. What do I keep talking about? The mass cognitive dissonance of the walk. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. They can somehow believe two opposite things at the same time. They do it with everything. They do it with like everybody's favourite religion of many pieces, the regulars at Alan's legendary snack bar. The regulars at Alan's snack bar, right, are, by all the polls, the most homophobic people in the whole country. And yet, they love them. They love them more than anybody else. Does anybody remember that statistic? I'm doing a lot of Googling today. Let me look for this one. Guardian article. It was like nobody okay with gay marriage. See if I can find it. Yeah, there we go. See? So I mean, it's not about, you don't have to be switched on. You just have to remember shit that you've read. Look at this one. Remember that one? 0. They asked like 100 blokes. That's like, oh, more than that. It might have been 500 blokes. They were like, what do you think of gay marriage? Good, that, innit, lads? And every single one of them went, fuck no. No, it's not. Every single one of them. The best response was, I'm not really comfortable with it. And the worst ones were like, kill them with bricks, right? This is just one example of what I'm talking about. 0. Not one person that they surveyed said, yeah, that's good. That's good. And yet when it suits the walk, they can somehow simultaneously believe that A, gay marriage is brilliant and we should encourage it for everyone. And B, we should let millions more practitioners of the religion of many pieces into the UK because it's a class idea. That is just one example. See what I'm saying? Mass, wide scale cognitive dissonance. And this is why people like me, centre-left, socially liberal people that have always considered themselves to be socially liberal, pro-gay marriage, pro-gambling and vice and prostitution, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, all the big liberal talking points I was with the left on. But they've forced me to choose, and I choose facts and logic. You know what I'm saying? This is why they don't understand it. They don't understand it. They can't understand why they keep getting hammered in every poll, in every country. They don't understand why they get hammered, and this is what I'm trying to tell them. If they just have the brains to listen to their betters, you're losing because liberal people don't like blatant contradictions and hypocrisy. And if you go, yeah, gay marriage is amazing, we all should love gay marriage. Oh, by the way, let's import 5 million Egyptians. People who have a fully functioning brain go, well, those two things can't be a good idea at the same time, you thick twat. Right? Easy. Easy. If you can't get your head around something as basic as that, what chance have they got with economics? I mean, fucking hell, that's actually complicated. So, back to the fucking story at hand. Grading scales, look at this. A female soldier between 17 and 21 years old to deadlift 120 pounds. I could deadlift that with my cock. I could wrap my cock around the bar and lift it like, you know, like those Indian blokes who like wrap them around sticks and shit. I could deadlift 120 pounds with my cock. Male soldier has to do 140. This is the worst bit. In the same age group, so this is literally prime year life, 17 to 21 years old, prime year life. I could run a fucking 5-minute mile when I was 18. In that same age group, female soldiers have to run 2 miles, between 23, 22 and 15, 29 minutes, while male soldiers perform the exercise between 22 and 13, 22. So, 18-year-old lass run 2 miles, 23 fucking minutes. 23. I can still do a 2 mile. I'd break 8 minutes for a 2 miler. I can still do a 2 miler in about 16 minutes. Confident, balding, love handles, kneecaps like Sasha's crust. I could do a 2 miler in 16 minutes. Easy. Fucking easy. 23 minutes, 22. Honest to God, I could do it on my fucking hands. Blue Van Man could do a fucking 2 miler in under 23 minutes, 22. And he spends his whole life driving around takeaways and eating fucking sandwiches bigger than my head. He could fucking do that. It's a piss take. So, again, leading on from what I was saying about wide-scale cognitive dissonance, right? Wide-scale cognitive dissonance. How the fuck can you read a story like that on military.com? See them say, oh yeah, US soldiers in the prime of their life, teenage American soldiers, we've had to water everything down. Everything's coming down. The educational standards have gone down. The physical standards are non-existent. So you've now got a fat, balding 40-something laughing about how easy they are. How can you read that and with a straight face say, best military in the world? Best military in the world. Take your fucking head for a shit. What do you mean best military? They're a fucking joke. They're a joke. 2 miles in 23 minutes. Oh my fucking God. You could tip Stephen Hawking out of his wheelchair and he could leopard crawl it faster. Although I'm kidding, he can't leopard crawl, can he? Wouldn't really need the electric wheelchair to fucking activated by a mouth organ if he could leopard crawl. But you know what I'm saying. That's a fucking joke. And even the men, 22 minutes. 22 minutes for an 18-year-old lad to run 2 miles. 11-minute miles. I remember when my brother bought me a fucking heart rate monitor back in the day. And I stopped using it because it was too boring. When I did what you do is you take 220 minus your age. And then you get your percentages from that. And I remember trying to think, oh, I'll get mega ripped, pick up loads of chicks. I was obviously 21 or whatever at the time. You have to train at fat burning ratio, which is like under, I think it's 50 to 60. I haven't done it for years. Now I just train. But it's 50 to 60% of your resting heart rate, of what your maximum heart rate should be. And I figured it out at the time. And it was somewhat ridiculous, like to train maximum fat burning rather than cardio. You should be keeping your heart rate between like 110 and like 125 beats per minute or whatever it was. And I remember trying to use it because my brother bought me it for a present. It was like a Gucci heart rate on it. And after I started running for a bit, it was boring the shit off me. Like I kept checking my heart rate monitor and it was doing me head in because it was just too easy. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'd rather enjoy my run and push myself every time I go for a run than get mega ripped. So fuck it. I stopped wearing it. I think I wasn't hitting 110 beats per minute when I was doing a 10-minute mile. It was ridiculous. A 10-minute mile is ridiculously slow. It's ridiculously slow. And these fucking blokes currently being recruited, 19-year-old men in the US military, doing fucking 11-minute miles for your army combat fitness test that isn't meant to get you ready for combat. If you've listened to this rant and you still think the British and the Americans have the best military in the world, you're beyond help. You've got the IQ of a pork pie. You're beyond help. You should go and get a job. Go and be Diane Abbott's fucking sandwich carrier. Yeah, you don't have to think too hard. You just have to memorize one sentence. 40 steak bakes, please. And just remember that every morning when you go into Greg's. That's all you have to do. 40 steak bakes, please. There you go, Diane. That's all you have to do. Easy. So, fucking mad. And people still with the straight face, best in the world. We're a fucking joke. We're a joke. Oh my God, that's 45 minutes and I haven't even done the BBC yet. All right, I'll do one. Let's quickly find a BBC story. Oh God, NATO's never been more united. Are you having a laugh? All right, well, we can, seeing as I'm only going to touch on it, we can do Ukraine, just for a one-off. By the way, look at that photo there. Can you see that? That's not too bad. Look at the clip. Fucking Boris there. That's not zoomed in enough. I think I put it on my Twitter earlier. Let me see if I can find a better picture. I screen capped it and put it on my Twitter because I was like, why is it every time I see a picture of our useless albino jellyfish prime minister, why is he always the fattest, scruffiest cunt in the room? And that's no better. But look at that. That's shocking, that, isn't it? Like everyone else at least has the jacket done up. Even that senile old goat has his jacket done up. Boris Johnson looks like a low-grade bank clerk who missed his bus and had to fucking run to work. Like he missed his bus, ran a mile and a half to work, and then as he stepped inside the fucking bank lobby, someone snapped a photo of him. That's what Boris Johnson looks like. The fat, scruffy cunt. It's embarrassing. He's meant to be our prime minister. He looks like a bank clerk who missed the bus. Doesn't he? A clip of him. What a wanker. So that does me head in. First things first, presentation is half the battle when you're a politician. He looks like a twat. Every single one of them there's at least got the shirt tucked in and the fucking jacket done up. Boris, fucking bin liner tied in the middle. Yeah. Got a body like a sleeping bag full of jelly. Zip tied at the top. Zip, that's Boris. What a fucking clip. At least Macron can pull off looking good in the suit, the little short-ass twat. So yeah, NATO's never, again, empty rhetoric. All our politicians now live off is empty rhetoric. It couldn't be completely at odds with the fact NATO definitely isn't united. But it doesn't matter because... Like to use? Fuck off. I won't respond to that. Sort of responded, didn't you? It can be completely at odds with reality and it doesn't matter. Because they control the narrative. This is why we're doomed. Because it can be completely at odds with reality, just as everything nowadays. Just as best in the world fitness test of a fucking disabled crab. Just as let's import 5 million Egyptians love LGBT rights. Just as everything. Everything. There is mass global cognitive dissonance. The woke rule the world and the woke have a talent, a gift, a nefarious gift for believing 2 contradictory statements at any one time. 200 contradictory statements at any one time because they do it on everything. This is why we're fucked. And this is why. Because they control the narrative, they control the mainstream media, and they control Silicon Valley. So they can say whatever they like, and the media is complicit and won't fact check. Hunter Biden's laptop, Again, same with everything. You and I, everybody knew it was true. The photos were out there. The pervy, creepy, sex pest, druggy photos were out there. And mainstream media in Silicon Valley just said, no, it doesn't exist. It's Russian. Russian. Yeah. Blokes like me, born and raised in fucking England. You're a Russian. You're a Russian. Because I'm just pointing at facts. Russian. Vladimir Putin's boyfriend. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, cheers then. Never been to Russia. Born and raised in England. Oh, you suck Vladimir Putin's cock, you. Why? Because I like facts. Yeah, weird that, innit? Weird. So this is why we're fucked. The journalists don't journalist. The media don't media. If the media is bad and makes the walk look bad, the media gets fucking deep sixed. It ends up at the bottom of the sea. Silicon Valley don't care about truth and facts and logic and reason. Neither does the journalists or the mainstream media or the government. Everybody is living in this fucking insane clown world where you can believe one thing and do the other. I can't make it any more clear than I have done today. It's as clear as day. It's like the politicians saying, you know what, we really, really love basketball players. We really, really love basketball players. And then you just wheel out a load of circus midgets and go, yeah, that we love them. They're the boys we love. Hang on, you just said something opposite the other. I love tall people. Meet my girlfriend. She's a fucking dwarf. We're living in a fantasy land. They constantly do it. They advocate one position, the exact opposite happens, and they go, amazing success. Look at the Afghanistan withdrawal. Total fucking shambles. Dead kids left in the sand. Give the Afghans all of our weapons. Humiliating defeat for the world's biggest superpower. Humiliating defeat. Dead kids, the lot. You can't ask for more than that if you want to be a critic. Dead American kids gave the enemy $1 billion worth of equipment, humiliating defeat, scurried off with our tails between our legs, and they said, oh, it was a fucking great success. And the BBC, yep, great success. And YouTube, great success. Silicon Valley, great success. If you don't see a problem, you're a lost cause. And there's nothing I can say to bring you back to the realms of sanity. This is why we're fucked. We're living in clown world, up is down, left is right, and the mainstream media in Silicon Valley are encouraging it all. No fucking accountability anymore. In the old days, the New York Times and the Washington Post, 20 years ago, if a Democrat politician was caught fisting a 10-year-old, they would report the story. But now they bury it. You know they would. The Hunter laptop proves it. They would bury it. If they caught Hillary Clinton if they had video footage of her cutting Epstein's fucking head off with a meat cleaver, they'd bury it. They'd bury it because they're activists. They'd bury it and they'd say, Donald Trump said something rude yesterday. That's the world we live in. Silicon Valley's complicit, the mainstream media is complicit, the journalists are your enemy, and they will only lie. Anything that counteracts their narrative, they'll bury it. Klaus Schwab can go on TV and say, great reset, and then he'll say, well, no such thing. No such thing. It's a conspiracy theory brought up by Alex Jones. He said it. It was him. It wasn't fucking me. So we're done. And I'm repeating myself now because the world's gone mad. So I'll call it there. You got an hour for now. You can have that for now, you cunt. Thanks for watching. Definitely. There must be reams of them. BLM, Biden licks miners. That's what who sent me that yesterday, but it made me laugh. Right, I'm going. Have a good day. I'll see you possibly tomorrow. Again, we'll see how busy I am. If I can be asked, I'll do one tomorrow. All right. Thanks, everyone. Cheers. Appreciate your constant encouragement. See you all very soon. Toodle pip.